Okay, so I have an important subject I need to talk about today here for the Snake River MLS. I started recording this a little bit ago and did a whole bunch of clips the way I normally do, and even after editing, it came down to just over 10 minutes long, and that's a lot. The subject is important, but I don't feel like it's 10 minutes important because I feel like I might lose the attention span of most of you after 4 minutes, 5 minutes tops. So I'm gonna refer directly to my notes as I'm going through this and see if we can get this done in one take. Today we are talking about commission. Let me preface this by saying that I am not an attorney. That is our lovely caveat that we throw out there, our disclaimer. So if there are any legal questions about anything that I'm about to discuss, please feel free to consult your friendly neighborhood attorney. There's a lawsuit happening right now against the 5 largest brokerages in America and NAR that sellers have felt misled into when selling their house, like they had to pay a buyer's agent commission. And this whole lawsuit could have been avoided if it had been explained correctly. So in our MLS, it needs to be clarified that the sellers of a home do not pay a buyer's agent commission. When I'm going to a listing agreement, I tell my seller, okay, Mr. Seller, my services are going to cost you 6%. And that is for the work that I do in selling your house for you. And if a different brokerage has a buyer's agent that helps, a cooperating buyer's agent, I may share my commission with them. But you are not paying that buyer's agent directly, you are paying me. And then I am sharing the commission that I get from the sale with the cooperating buyer's agent. That is how it needs to be explained. Sellers aren't paying the listing agent and the buyer's agent. They are only paying the listing agent. That's it. And then you can choose to share that commission with the other agent. Now, it needs to be said that when a listing agent puts a offer of compensation in the MLS, let's say 3%, and the buyer's agent does kind of a half-hearted job, the listing agent or broker cannot arbitrarily choose to pay the agent less, the buyer's agent less money based on their perceived lack of performance. You can have a discussion. It's probably best handled between brokers, and if the both parties agree that the buyer's agent didn't earn their full 3% commission or the buyer's agent bonus that is offered in the MLS, then both parties have to agree in writing to change the amount of compensation that they will be receiving for their participation in the transaction. Got to be in writing. Otherwise, if you put a buyer's agent bonus in there or an offer of compensation, whatever percentage, that's what must be paid to the buyer's agent. Let's see. As a buyer's agent, you need to make sure that you are not telling your buyers that you work for free. You don't. The only time you can tell them that you work for free is if you're getting no compensation whatsoever from any source from your participation in this transaction. You can tell your buyers that they will not be paying you a commission and that the listing brokerage pays you a commission for helping them in the transaction. Let's see. Steering came up as part of this transaction or this discussion. As a buyer's agent, you cannot refuse to show a potential buyer properties if you perceive that the listing brokerage is not offering enough compensation. If you only show them 3% houses or houses that have a buyer's agent bonus, you are effectively steering, and that is highly illegal. It is perceived the same as steering somebody from an ethnic minority to a particular part of town or away from a particular part of town because you feel like it might be a better fit for them. Steering, it's a gigantic no-no. It can get you in a lot of trouble. Please don't do it. And I think that's about it. If you have questions, please call me or text me, 208-403-6389. It's highly important. You need to protect yourself when you're discussing commissions on this. Don't open yourself or your brokerage to a potential lawsuit, or the MLS for that matter. We need it known that listing agents get paid to sell a house. Buyer's agents do not get paid by the seller. The listing agent may choose to share their commission with the cooperating buyer's agent. That's it. Have a great weekend.